Alright, so tonight's video is going to be a little different. It's actually going to be a gear review, which we don't really do. After the International Airstream Rally and us running around taking photos everywhere, we got a little bit of interest in our bags that we use. We posted about them after the event too, just kind of saying how well they held up, getting thrown around a golf cart and riding around in dusty Missouri weather. So we figured why not, so we'll walk you through kind of what we've got. This video, like I said, it's going to focus on the bags, but by virtue of that, you'll see some of the gear we use to film and to photograph. We live full-time in our RVs, if you didn't know, and we like to document our travels with photography, kind of like here. So that means, we're in different situations. Sometimes it's big sprawling landscapes out west. It might be, in a downtown environment. It could be, we've done like college campuses with some really cool architecture, or, people at the Airstream Rally. So since we do find ourselves in a bunch of different scenarios, we have to, our gear has to mimic that. It's got to be able to move from one environment to the other, and our bags need to allow us to do that so we can carry stuff. And because we do have limited space in the RV, the bags that we carry our equipment with outside also become storage for a lot of that equipment in the rig. So that being said, this is not a sponsored video. We have paid for all of this equipment. But in either case, we'll get started and we'll run you through what we got and go from there. So one of the considerations for us in determining which camera bags we wanted was size. We wanted something big enough to be able to hold our gear, but not so big that we would just load it up and never carry it. And that's kind of what we did the first time around. We picked up a really nice low pro bag, and it was great. It was really big. It fit a lot of stuff, and we filled it. So it was great at storing our gear. It sucked when we tried to take it for a hike out in Utah, because it was full of stuff. So it got to the point where we'd find ourselves not bringing it with us because it just became such a burden. And that's not what the purpose of having the cameras was for. So we revisited, we watched a bunch of videos online, and we actually landed on a couple of bags from Wandered. I've got the Provoke 21 backpack. So it's a 21 liter, it's expandable to 25. I'll show you that in a minute. We'll go through more of it. And then Francis actually has a smaller Sling bag, which makes it nice because then we've got two options. If only one of us is going to be taking photos, we can just carry her Sling bag. And my bag is able to fit, a couple more things in it if we need to, a couple lenses or other accessories that, we might need. I've thought about getting a smaller bag for myself as well, just in case I wanted to take less stuff. But I think what we finally landed on is I've just got another camera on order that should hopefully deal with that. So we just need it to show up. Anyways, onto the bags. All right, so these are the bags we're talking about. This is my bag, the 21 liter Provoke from Wandered. Like I said, also available, I think, in a 31 and a 41 liter size. And they have a smaller one, I think, called the Light, which I forget how big it actually is. But this is the one I've got. And then this is Francis's 6 liter Sling bag that we'll get to in a minute. So, onto mine. One of the things we liked about these bags in particular from Wandered were that they don't scream camera bag, and they also don't look super like tactical with webbing and straps everywhere. There's plenty of points on this bag on the outside of it to lash things to if you needed to. There's some tabs here and on this side, and down at the bottom you could wrap something if you needed to. There's also either a pocket here for a water bottle, or you can open this up, and this is actually where I keep our tripod a lot of the times when we are out and about, if I'm bringing the tripod with us. Otherwise, a lot of times we shoot handheld. The other side, sorry, that's what you hear, and that's my quick disconnect for holding on to my camera. But yeah, it makes a racket on here. All right, little technical difficulties. We should be good now. This side of the bag has the ability to have a pass-through. I could open this up and get to my camera in here. My camera's just a little big and I never really use it, so I have it closed off. But it does have a nice pocket here that's easy to store a little multi-tool, spare battery, some other spare batteries, and other small items can fit right in here. Close that up. Little pocket here with a nice little key catch. Storing keys and wallets work good there. Front storage for some flat items, I guess you could use there. There's another storage pocket underneath for some small things. And then this works great if you're carrying it on luggage. There's a strap here. There's also, if you can kind of see that, there's a super secret pocket there, which I guess you could store, I don't know, something you wanted to keep super secret. Otherwise, the straps are nice. They're easy. It has a chest strap that you can use. It comes with some other straps to make use of the lash points on it. Like I said, this is my quick connect. I'll show you that in a little bit to carry my camera. I also keep a little flat beaner on here to put through the straps and attach to my tripod for some extra weight. These straps are magnetic and they make a nice little carrying piece. There's also this feature on the bag, roll top, and this is where you can actually go from 21 to 25 liters, and you can go right in on top of the bag. So that works great for throwing a light jacket in there, or pick something up along the way. I can just do that and it expands. Otherwise, the material on this thing's kind of nice. It's don't think it is, it's not a waterproof bag, but this fabric is kind of waterproof-ish feeling. The zippers are semi-taped. I wouldn't want to leave it outside, but in a light rain, it's done fine. In really dusty environments, it did awesome. And then, yeah, now we'll get to the inside of the bag and show you what that's like. All right, so opening this guy up. Like a lot of other camera bags. Oh, sunglass pocket up on top. Forgot about that. Like a lot of other camera bags, this does open from the back. So it's harder for somebody to, I guess, just open it if they are walking behind you. But once we open this up, let's start here first. This flap has pocket, 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 pocket. So I've got, some extra lens cloths, some lens cleaning wipes. I think my remote is in here. Then there's also a spot for a laptop and an iPad, or either or. But into the guts and how I have mine set up. In the top compartment, rocket blower, lens cloth, and then I've got my camera with so it's a Canon, come on, get out of there. So Canon R6 Mark II, and my kind of go-to lens that I keep on it most days is just the 24 to 105 L. It's an f4 lens, so it's not the fastest, but it's light, and I really like shooting with it because I can get far enough back to get some nice wide angles and establishing shots, but I can also reach out at 105 millimeters and get in a little tighter if I need to. Like I said, we're in a lot of different places. We don't know what we're going to come across or how close we're going to be able to get to it. So I like this lens. It works for me. Anyways, that's what's up in the top. Moving down below, this center part pretty much stays the same. It's my strap with another quick connect on it. Oh, I guess I can show you that. So on the base plate here, in this guy, it just snaps right in. Holds it secure. So I've got these plates from Ulanzi for, let's see, for this strap. I've got it on our tripod, got it on my bag, so it just makes for some nice, easy carrying options. All right, so we talked a little bit about the quick disconnect system we use, which is the F38 system from Falcam, which is available from Ulanzi. So I'm not sure. Yeah, that's it. We'll put a link to it below. Also, our tripod. We really like this tripod. It's the Ulanzi and Komen collaboration. It's their F0 tripod. It comes with the F38 quick disconnect already on it, so there's no extra adapters, because you can adapt them to Arca Swiss plates, but this one just has it right there in the head. It's carbon fiber, it's nice, it's light. This is the bag that it packs down into. That makes it really easy to just carry with us. Back to that Falcam F38 plate, fits right on the bottom. They've actually even done some new versions of these that I think can adapt and work with Peak Design quick disconnects as well, since they're the big name in that business. But I mean, this thing, you know, just like that, makes it easy to carry this thing around. And then, you know, I can lock it, unlock it, lock it, and it's just that trigger right there. So keeps my hands free. When I do carry the camera and I'm not doing that, and I'm not wearing my the sling that I have for it, because I don't use that too often, I do like having just some sort of a little tether, because I'll throw this thing out over things and walk around with it, and I've never dropped it yet. I'd like to not. So this is, again, just another little strap I picked up. It's got a quick disconnect and then some magnets in it, so it can just kind of make a fancy bracelet. I can take pictures. I can put it up here. Battery charger and some filters that kind of live in the center. And then I've got my lenses, 2 lenses on the side. So right now it's got the Canon 70-200 L, and then a macro 100mm macro. That's really cool for getting some either up close, really detailed shots, like at a botanical garden or something. But it also does really good with some portraits and things like that. So pretty versatile. But then the nice part is, once this is open, we can swap it out for other things. All right, so like I was saying, once this is opened up, I mean, you know, here we've got the Canon 100-500 that, you know, when we were doing some birding, that worked out really nice, and that can slip right in there. You know, when we were at International, we were taking pictures of people. We were in some low light environments, so I mean, I can fit a flash right there. You know, I mean, we've, you know, had it the other day. I mean, we had this open, and I had, you know, a bunch of GoPro stuff stuffed in there, and just kind of, you know, some different mounts. We've got, you know, microphones that we use that we could put in there, so if we wanted to mic somebody up, we can do that. You know, we've got the drone as well that we use, and, you know, I've got space in here. I could fit that if I needed to. It's also got its own case that kind of holds everything nice with it, so usually I'll just leave that in its own bag and pull it out when I need it. And then, of course, like with plenty of other camera bags, all these dividers just Velcro in place. You can move them around. You know, otherwise you end up with this whole space. This, you can kind of see it just passes right through. This is just to support the bag. If this wasn't here, I could close this off and make it its own little sealed off compartment, which, you know, easy. But then you can like do like the fast open that David Manning liked a lot.
Check this out. They did something pretty clever. If you are in a rush to get it open, they give you like a little pull tab right here, a little pull tab right underneath it. You just grab those and you can rip that pocket open. I don't know why that's so fun, but like, that was a really clever bit. Like they designed it.
I don't use that. The other thing is they do offer different camera cubes that go in here. So this whole center cube is removable. And what I mean by that is, if you're not familiar with them, this is the cube I had originally. It's the Essential cube, and this larger one is the Pro cube. So when I had this in the bag, this whole area was open directly to this top pocket, and I kept all my camera gear, down here. It just got to be a little small. As lenses started to get a little bigger, we wanted more space. So this one came out. We still use it to store lenses in the rig, but now we just have a, larger, more protected space without having to go to a larger bag. So that kind of wraps it up for my bag. I mean, we got it put back together, got it all closed up. It's been great. It's easy to carry. It's comfortable. Keeps my gear protected. So, I mean, that's about all you can ask for, right? So, yeah, that's my bag. On to Francis's.
So this is my bag. This is the Wandred Rouge Sling 6-liter. I think it comes in a 3, 6, and 9. This ended up being the perfect size for me. So it's a sling bag. It goes over one shoulder. It's got lots of really nice padding on the back that's also very breathable. I like it because it doesn't necessarily look like a camera bag when you're carrying it. It just looks like a very casual sling bag. But we'll start with the outside. So there's obviously lots of places where you can hold it from. There's the handle here, and then obviously the whole strap to wrap around. You could even wear it around your waist if that was more comfortable. As far as the additional storage on the outside, so this is the underneath of it. And so if you open this up, there's a little pouch here that you could use. You could tighten down one side, just stick a water bottle in it. If I do want to take the tripod with us, I can just slip the tripod right through, tighten these down, and then it's pretty easy to carry. Otherwise, this just Velcros back together. As far as the outside pockets, there's one out here that has basically just a thing for your keys. I might throw like chapstick, something else in there. There's also a pocket here in the back, which usually is where I'd put, some of the bigger things I might want to carry, like personal items.
My wallet.
Yeah, Billy's wallet, my wallet. The other thing that this does is if you have something rather large, you can see this will also unzip. This is the bottom of it. Oh, lost my pen. And you can see it's made this pretty big. And then you can actually close this off here. So you can actually expand this thing pretty big if you really wanted to. I don't because, I'm not trying to carry everything with us. The other piece that it has, there's a separate strap right here so that when you're wearing it in the sling position, let's see, this piece would basically just come across and snap, and it just helps take some of the weight off. So I will use that if we're hiking or something, or I'm just going to have it on for an extended period of time just because it makes it a little easier. And then it just literally just tucks right back up. So moving on to the inside with the actual gear. So first off, you can see it's a pretty good size. Right now we've got camera in it, separate lens, and then just some miscellaneous items we'll go through. But it's a pretty big space, and you'll see how I can kind of reorganize it depending upon what I want to carry. So just for size, this is the Canon mirrorless R8. I love to shoot with a 35mm prime. That's pretty much what I leave on here all the time. It works, I don't know, it works really well for me. It definitely forces me to have to get into certain positions or think about pictures differently because I don't have the advantage of being able to zoom, but it's so nice and compact and easy to carry that I love it. So that usually just stays right here in the center. One of the other lenses that I'll carry with me pretty often is I picked up a used 16mm prime because if anything, there's sometimes where I wanted to get a wider shot And while I do have a wide zoom lens, it's so big and so heavy that like I never carry it anywhere with me. So it was just nice to have an extra one. And I just keep that stored over here. So yeah, just for size comparison. So this is that 16mm prime and this is my 14-24 zoom. So it's nice and wide. It has a super wide aperture on it, but it's heavy. It takes a lot of space. So this is just nice to be able to carry around day to day. The other items I've gotten here, I have the same
Strap.
I have the same strap with the same quick disconnect. I a lot of times don't use this when I'm carrying the sling just because kind of it's too much pressure on my neck. I ended up just getting a small wrist thing, more so just that way it's like I can just kind of relax my hand at times and not feel like I'm gonna drop the camera. Charger. There's a separate little pocket in here. I currently don't have anything in there. But then there's this whole separate section behind. So if you can see it, this is where I've got my batteries stored, my remote shutter, multi-tool. There's two little pockets here. Keep a lens cloth tucked away in here. Some of our business cards in case you want to share them when we're out. But that's basically the setup. The inside of these, it's just like any other one where these are all Velcro. So I can very easily rearrange these depending upon what I want to take. So my other favorite lens is the 70x200. So I love it when we're doing lots of architecture, just because it's fun to get wide angles, but it's also fun to get kind of up close on some of the detail, but then at the same time just get some nice compression shots. And so I will, a lot of times if I'm carrying my camera, I might just stick that one in there, and then I've still got room that I can put my charger in here. I could even still take the wide if I want. It leaves me holding my camera on the outside, but this is great when I kind of know what we're gonna want to shoot and I know that I want to bring this and I'm not making Billy lug it around in his bag. But you can see I can very easily adjust these depending upon what I want to carry. So it makes it really functional. I feel like this is a bag that I can easily carry every single day just because, I don't know, it doesn't feel like you're carrying much. So yeah, that's basically it. This is the setup that the configuration that I carry it in kind of day to day. It is the same material on the outside as Billy's with the, like you said, it's not waterproof, but I don't worry about rain getting on it, and it's got the taped zippers. So we've definitely taken these out on hikes and gotten rained on, and I haven't worried once. And then also, like you said, everything got super dusty. It kept everything super clean, and then it was really easy to wipe down. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this video. It was a little different. Let us know if you liked it, if you want to see more like it, or get more info on some of the other stuff you saw. Yeah, let us know. And if you like this type of content, go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And we'll see you down the road.